Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my Afterthoughts review for The Washouts. Man, was this episode complicated, but I really liked what it was trying to do. I still don't fully understand this episode because there's just so much going on. Oh. I've actually had to watch this episode a few more times, and I still don't fully understand it. Because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in this episode between Scootaloo, Rainbow Dash, obviously Lightning Dust returning, and I must admit, when we start learning about the Washouts and how they operate, I can't help but be triggered and just be like, be instantly against them, because they're against everything that makes the Blue Angels and the Wonderbolts so awesome and cool. And it also makes me wonder how they've survived this long. Yeah, safety rules, they're no fun, but you know what? They are there for a reason. So maybe because we care about you, we don't want you to die horrifically. Certainly the beginning of this episode infuriates me because, oh, come on, Rainbow. Because unfortunately, Rainbow's ego is just totally taking control, and it's not cool. This is the side of Rainbow Dash I don't really like and I don't enjoy seeing. But at the same time, it's kind of funny watching Rainbow Dash go, what? I'm not your favorite anymore? I can't help but feel, what, Scootaloo? Are you breaking up with me? No! Because it almost sounds like one of those speeches, I think we should expand our horizons and see other people. It's like, are you breaking up with me? Oh. Things start to get better as the episode moves along, although when they go to see Spitfire, I feel so bad for Scootaloo because this is definitely Spitfire in full Drill Sergeant mode. Wah! All those people who wanted to see Spitfire act like a real Drill Sergeant, those people will be happy because this is probably the most like a Drill Sergeant that Spitfire is ever going to be allowed to be. This is a kid's show and there's no way that they're going to let Spitfire act like a real Drill Sergeant. It kind of got repetitive kind of fast because he's saying the same basic thing over and over again as, you're gonna end up in a full body and wing cast drinking through a straw. But it was still kind of amusing. Well, whoop-de-doo, Private. Do what I say or you're gonna end up in a full body hoof cast drinking through a straw. It's pretty much what Spitfire's trying to say. And at first I thought, well, the problem with this episode is that it really needed to be more persuasive. It's not just saying, no, you should not do that because you're gonna get hurt. That's not enough. But at the same time, it wasn't gonna change anything. Spitfire could have said, I kicked Lightning Dust out of the bolts because she doesn't care about anybody but herself. She almost got innocent ponies killed, and she completely destroyed her own teammates. This is absolutely not somebody that you want to associate with, because if she doesn't care for her own teammates, what makes you think she's going to care about you? So she doesn't care if you're going to get hurt or not, so I wouldn't join them if I were you. Again, it's not like that would have changed anything. Scootaloo would have still gone on and probably done what she was going to go and do, because the more you try to tell someone, no, don't do that, the more they're going to want to go do it, simply because you're telling them to not do it. That was the primary lesson of this episode. It's like, you can't force people to do things because you say they should, or they shouldn't, because even if you have the best intentions, it's like, that's not the role of a mentor. The role of a good mentor is really, okay, here's what's going to happen if you do this, here's what's going to happen if you don't do this, and now the choice is yours. Still, I think it would have been better for them to have tried to be a little bit more persuasive, instead of just simply saying, no, you're going to get hurt. No, you're going to get hurt because Lightning Dust doesn't care about you and is gonna let you get hurt. I was watching the scene again where Scootaloo is on the rocket flying off into the stratosphere, and all the ponies in the area realize, oh my gosh, something's gone wrong, she's in trouble. And even in this moment, Lightning Dust doesn't do anything to help Scootaloo. She's just sitting there just watching, oh, that's just too bad, or something is almost what I'm thinking. Maybe she's hoping that Scootaloo will somehow pull this off, but at that point, it's clear to everybody, she's in trouble. She needs to be rescued, and she did nothing, so bummer. But fortunately, she has a really great friend and mentor called Rainbow Dash who went and saved her. Yay! It's a beautiful thing. There were also times in this episode where it was kinda hard. You know what, Rainbow Dash? I can never be like you because I can't even fly, so and that's part of the reason why she wants to join the Washouts, because as a member of the Washouts, she doesn't have to fly, she can just do all these crazy stunts. So that was part of it, because that was the thing that I kind of was caught off guard by this. It's like, all of a sudden it feels like, whoa, it's like, I didn't really realize that, oh, Rainbow Dash is trying to make Scootaloo be her, and, well, That's a problem, because she could never be a Wonderbolt or Great Flyer, because she can't fly to begin with, so, so that's tough. Ugh. That sort of feels like that comes out of nowhere, and I guess that's sort of been happening all this time, but I think it's also because this is one of those anger blow-up moments. It's like you're just so mad at someone, you just go and just blurt something out that you've really wanted to say to them, but were just too nice to say to them in the past. And that line from Babylon 5, you really want to know how somebody feels, you make them angry, because then they drop all their shields and their barriers, and they say what they really feel. And yeah, and here she's like, I can't be you, Rainbow Dash. I can never be you. I can't even fly, so stop trying to make me you, okay? Is pretty much what she says this to Rainbow Dash. And oh, the pain. But the good news is, as always, that they learned their lesson. It's like, oh, I'm sorry that I was trying to make you the way I was. It's like, no, you're your own pony. You can make your own decisions. I don't want you to pressure you to be like me, or to think that I'm more awesome than you, or that you'll never be as awesome as I am. I don't want you to feel that way, because you are awesome too, so yo! It was kind of cool to see Lightning does come back, even though I kind of don't like her. I definitely do not support the Washouts or anything about them, and it's like, it amazes me that they've lived this long. They have complete disregard for their own survival. You didn't even test the rocket? You know what happens when rockets go wrong? They blow up. Ugh. Yeah, if that had happened to Scootaloo, she'd be toast. No, it's like, Scootaloo, don't do it. I want you to be alive because we love you. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking through the whole of that scene. Because we all pretty much know that Scootaloo's gonna get hurt. You mean you've never even done this step before, and you're gonna do it before all these ponies? It's like, that sounds like a terrible idea. Because it is. I'm sure there are plenty of these kinds of groups that go around and do all these stunts, but the bad stunt people, they just go up, they set up a stunt, they try it, inevitably something will go wrong, and someone will get hurt, and then everybody's all surprised about it, so, It kind of surprises me that someone doesn't shut the Washouts down for flagrant disregard of self-preservation. Overall, I kind of liked what this episode was attempting to do, and I think it actually accomplished it. It did accomplish it, I think, unfortunately, the hard way, which was, oh, we have to drive off a cliff to realize that we've driven off a cliff. But of course, at that point, it's too late because you've driven off the cliff, and now all you can do is just wave goodbye. Fortunately, for watching a show like this, maybe people might learn this lesson before they have to learn it the hard way, and then maybe they'll be okay, so... Yeah, I still don't really like this episode, because, yeah, the first half of this episode is just irritating, and the other half is kind of hard, but it had a kind of a cool resolution. I hope Lightning Dust will be okay, because we saw her flying off into the stratosphere. Hopefully she won't go into orbit, because that would be sad. It's also kind of sad. Rivals for life! Yeah! After all this, I'm kind of not surprised, because they are definitely polar opposites, you know, like, Rainbow Dash is now a full-fledged Wonderbolt and a professional. Lightning Dust, on the other hand, is pretty much a unprofessional stunt pony who's pretty much guaranteed to get severely injured at some point in the future. Which I hope doesn't happen, but it probably will be inevitable. So enjoy the Washout shows while you can, because I don't think they're going to be around too long. But one thing I did really like was Twilight and Rainbow Dash's interactions with each other, where it's like, this was so cool. It's like, this was definitely one mentor trying to teach another mentor how to be a really good mentor, and you can't just tell Scootaloo what to do. You have to explain everything to her, then give her the choice, and then hope that she makes the right one. And it was also nice to learn that this wasn't just about ego for Rainbow Dash, that she really does care about Scootaloo, and that's the key difference between her and Lightning does. Rainbow Dash actually does care about Scootaloo, and Lightning Dust completely doesn't. She doesn't care if she gets hurt or not. So that's definitely why at the end, why Rainbow Dash is definitely the much better mentor, the pony that Scootaloo wants to look up to. So, yay! I do have to say, it's kind of weird at the end with the fan club for Scootaloo. I mean, I'm glad that she's got a fan club, but it's kind of weird to have a fan club for, you know, a little kid. But, still kind of nice. So overall, I still don't really like this episode very much. It's still kind of complicated and a lot going on. But in some ways, that's kind of a good thing. And it was nice to see Lightning Dust come back and then fly off into the stratosphere. Hopefully to be seen again. But I still don't overly enjoy or like this episode. But I did appreciate what it was trying to do. So, yo! So I hope you enjoyed this Afterthoughts review, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong, and pony on. Blue Star out.